welcome to the Daily Drama. This is going to be for September 12th. We have what the masculine is thinking, what he should be thinking, how he's feeling, how he should be feeling, what advice the universe has for him. Same questions for the feminine. And this is the advice from the universe for the union. What the masculine would like the feminine to know, what the feminine would like the masculine to know. Now let us see what's going on. He's thinking he either wants to weather the storm. On yesterday's one, the universe was telling him to weather the storm. That, spiritual abundance is waiting for him, love is waiting for him, healing is waiting for him. And either he's feeling like he wants to weather the storm, or he's feeling, he's just going through a difficult emotional thing right now. Like maybe we're trying to figure all of this out, or looking at himself, looking how he's conducted himself, maybe all of that is bringing some emotions to the surface, and he wants to change. He wants things to change. You want to go through the storm and you want to come out changed, better. So I think he's thinking about whatever he has to do to bring about a positive change, to bring this union together, or to change even within himself, to grow within himself. And I might clarify that, but let's see what the universe says that he should be thinking. Inspiration. Be inspired. Follow your heart. Reflect. Do that self-reflection. Look within. Be willing to weather the storm. Be willing to change, because change is a natural part of life. It's inevitable. It can be difficult, but it can be beautiful. And usually it requires growth. It requires a willingness to change. And sometimes it's easier because you've gotten so used to a certain way of being, that having to do self-reflection, having to do the work, it can be, daunting. So sometimes we just want to stick in the same old. But, we know that we have to let go of things that no longer serve us. We have to be willing to grow and to change, and they want you to be inspired, and view this as good news. Growth is good. Growth is good. And whatever's going on within you that is causing this growth, these lessons that you've been learning, the messages that you've been receiving, it's all good. It may be tough, but it's good. And how the masculine is feeling. Whoops. Yesterday the feminine was feeling this, and now he's feeling this. I'm going to clarify this. Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. Now this could be, your ex as in an actual person. This could also mean releasing the things within us that need to go. Releasing the other person from whatever you're holding against them. Forgiving. Releasing anything that's holding things back. So it's not just releasing an actual person, or he might have to, like I mentioned in yesterday's reading, maybe he has to get out of a situation. So he's going to have to release this situation to come in together with the union. So you'll have to apply it to whatever resonates with you. But again, it could be releasing something within ourselves that has to go, that it's time to go, it's time to change, or get out of a relationship. But I'm going to clarify what that is. But let's see what the universe says how we should be feeling, is getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. This is again about opening our hearts, taking off the mask, coming from a place of authenticity, having your heart in your hand, no more being in fear, and get to know each other, the real you, not the person that maybe you pretended to be in the past, not the person you were in the past, because you can't be the same person now, because you've gone through something now, you've gone through some kind of growth, some kind of change, and the both of you have. So as I mentioned yesterday too, it's like having a clean slate. You lay it all out there, you discuss what happened, what did you both learn, what will you do differently from this point forward? Have those talks, those heart-to-heart conversations. Tell each other what it is that's in your heart. What do you want? What would you like to see happen with this situation? Get to know each other again, because this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. So they're letting you know that, again, re-enter back into this situation slowly. Don't need to rush anything. Be open, and again, be positive. Now let's see what release your ex is. Release your ex. Release your ex. Or again, he could be feeling how she was, like there's no point, like it's too difficult. Maybe I need to just let it go. So he could be playing off the energy that she had yesterday, but let's see. Release your ex. Release your ex. Dispiacere. This is despair, sadness. Release your ex. Il vivido, this is the widower, the man who's regretful of the past. So they're wanting him, like I mentioned, this could be, releasing the pains of the past, releasing, it takes two to tango. What did you both learn? Everyone needs to own up to their roles, not just point fingers in one direction. Release the pain of that, release the regrets, because it's all a learning experience, Release your ex. Release your Denari, this is something that's valuable. La suburbia, this is like arrogance, ego. Disgrazia, this is like, an unfortunate event. So, this is almost like the tower, like something that was built on a faulty foundation is taken down so that something better can be built on it. So this could be, the death of ego, or the ending of acting in a way that's, could be a bit narcissistic, self-serving, or just being in our own woes, or any kind of negative things, like to release that. Like I said, release your ex could also be releasing those things within us that have to go, that aren't serving us, that are holding us back. And the denari is, again, something valuable, something that you consider valuable. So there is some regrets and some despair over something that was lost, maybe due to some behavior, maybe lies and deception or operating from the ego. And it's time to like release all that. Release the past. If it's going to be a clean slate, get to know each other again. This could be the one. You got to heal and release all this that's transpired. And let us see what might be blocking. What might be blocking the masculine is Father. My true Father is God in heaven, who shines healing light upon me, my birth father, and our relationship. As I've mentioned so many times, this is about healing childhood stuff. How we are in our lives, what we think about ourselves. Do you have low self-esteem? Do you do things that are self-destructive? Do you build up walls to try to protect yourself because you were really hurt when you were a kid? Defense mechanisms. Did you grow up with an abusive parent? Do you have like a hate for your father? Was he abusive towards you? Was he abusive towards the mother? A lot of divine masculines and divine feminines, like I said before, what if your father left? So your whole life you're chasing types of guys that are like your dad because you're looking for your father. So these emotionally unavailable men, because maybe your father, once he left, he never came around, so you were always looking for your father's love. I said, it's all psychology. I can't even tell you how much this stuff plays a role in what you think about yourself, how you navigate through the world in your relationships with people. There is something here, so there is a deep wounding here that needs to be healed. And it probably has to do with masculine, your relationship with your father. And sometimes, like I said, we imitate what we saw. So perhaps, even though you despise your father, you find yourself behaving just like him. And that's why you have troubles in relationships. It all stems from wounding. And plus, it's poor role modeling. You didn't have a positive role model. It's a very twin flames. They said they grew up in very similar situations. A lot of it is in dysfunctional kind of families where they witnessed abuse, so they were on the receiving end of abuse, and are, absentee parents, whatever it is. It's like they were neglected as children. They didn't get the love and attention that they should have had, and they suffered in some way for it. They developed these defense mechanisms that have affected them their whole lives, and they probably don't even realize that it stems from that. But this is about really digging deep. This is a big part of the healing process with twin flames, is recognizing those things within us that need to be healed. And this relationship brings that stuff out, including for the feminine. That's why these children cards keep coming up. That's why these heal family issue cards keep coming up. And now mommy daddy issues, exactly what I said yesterday. And the universe wants you to be strong. I pull myself up and do what needs to be done. You might have been your whole life believing whatever negative version of you that your father said you were. Maybe your father always put you down or made you not feel like you'd amount to anything. So you've developed this low self-esteem. You don't have any confidence in yourself. Or you feel like, oh, I'll never find love or whatever. And so you end up pushing love away, because again, you're trying to protect yourself. But it's time to take that mask off. It's time to let go of all the stuff that's been holding you back. It's time to have healing and peace within yourself, and be strong. You can do this. You can weather the storm. You can change. It's all good. And this stuff, these messages, This is time should be inspiring you to do that. And the negative thing, this is healthy self-esteem. Now, when I ask, what message do you have for the masculine? This is just what I'm talking about. Healing this father thing. Maybe he always told you to never amount to anything. It's like all of this stuff that's within us that plays a part in our self-esteem. So that's the card that you got. What I have to say rarely matters. Like I said, maybe you feel like, what does it matter? What am I going to bother for? It's never going to, I'm never going to succeed, or, this negative stinking thinking. And they want you to think, when my mind and heart are aligned, what I have to say reveals genuine integrity, which makes people want to listen to me. This is about standing in your power too. This is about you having self-confidence. You being a leader, because that's why you're here. If you're a twin flame, you came here to share your gifts with humanity. Some kind of spiritual work, whether it's through music, it's usually something artistic or creative, writing, speaking, maybe you're supposed to write a book, help other twin flames on their journey. There's something, but you need to have the confidence in yourself to be able to pursue that. You are special. You are lovable. You are good enough. Don't believe the lies that you have about yourself or that other people have told you, including your father. You do matter. Now this is, I'll save this for later. Let's do the feminine. What the feminine is thinking is reconciliation. Obviously, she loves you, and she wants to be with you. She wants to make this work. Stop, look, and listen. This is like pay attention to the red flags. But she's also very aware of, if she is aware, she should be aware of what the issues were in this relationship. And again, her hesitancy or her anxiety or her worry has a lot to do with, what she has to let go of if there is going to be a clean slate here. But it's like, but don't forget what happened. Take those lessons, but don't project, don't think the worst. Don't be looking for red flags all the time. But again, be aware of what happened so not to repeat karmic cycles. Help each other to stay on track. So you can grow together, you can get this stuff out of you and healed, and to move forward to bigger and better things in your life. And how she should be thinking. Clarity. Oof. Here we go. The hidden enemy. Oh, that's when I told you this card comes out a lot. Usually deception and hidden enemy for when I do my own readings having to do with my twin. And it always makes me sad. Because I know where he came from. I know what his childhood was like. I know why he turned out the way that he did. I know why we had the problems that we did. I also know my role in it. And it all again stems from childhood stuff. So whenever I see these cards, when I do my own readings, I can't even tell you. It makes me sad. Because he's a product of what he grew up in, but this is his karma. This is just like with all of us. We all have our things that we need to heal and transcend. Now again, so everybody plays a part. It takes two to tango. But let us see what this clarity about hidden enemy is. Clarity. Oof, yep. Iladra, that's the thief. Somebody who's sneaking around. So there was definitely some deception in this relationship. And this is why there's a lot of fear with the feminine, because nobody wants to be hurt again. And that's why she's like she wants the relationship, but she's thinking about all the stuff that happened in the past. You know, she does have clarity on the situation, so we've learned a very painful lesson through all of this, but it helped us to grow, and that's why we're hoping that it also helps him to grow. But let us see what else it says here. Clarity. Oops. Speranza. This is to have hope. And Mercante. It's the merchant. This is somebody who's at a distance. You know, obviously if you're separated right now. Or this could be somebody who's you know, at an actual distance, different state, different country. But it's to have hope in this situation in regards to, you know, how he was in the past. As yesterday's reading showed, you know, they were saying, you know, good fortune. I think it was good fortune, hidden enemy, like he's changing, like he's learned, he's grown. Hidden enemy. Hidden enemy. Yeah, la alegría. This is happy time, celebrate. So again, it could be that he has, you know, be happy. That's why it was like yesterday's good fortune, hidden enemy. But like he's changed, or he's changed. You know, he's changing within himself. He's learning from his mistakes. You know, this sneaky behavior, the lies, the deception. You know, have hope. Have hope. And this is how she feels. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So again, she wants to make an effort. You know, but like I said, it takes two. And the universe says to her, yes, this is your soulmate. But remember to love yourself first. This is the lesson. One was given too much, one was taken too much. You know, learn to love yourself. Don't be needy and clingy and jumping through hoops trying to prove yourself, because if somebody can't see your worth, then that's their problem. Because like I said yesterday, the smaller you make yourself to raise somebody else up, it doesn't serve you any good. You know, stand in your power, because again, it makes him see you differently, and it makes him stand within himself. And it helps him to be strong within himself, because the two play off of each other. Build each other up. Don't enable each other's karma, the dysfunctions. You know, whatever transpired during this last cycle, if you're going to come back together, those lessons have to have been learned. You know, and have hope. This is what's blocking you. You know, you don't have any hope. You're, again, maybe stressing about if it's going to be the same. You know, putting out that fear, which is creating this block, which is keeping him from, you know, because he's feeling that, because you're having problems having hope in this situation. And children, this is another block. Again, the childhood wounds. Fear of abandonment. You know, maybe you always think that the person's going to cheat because, you know, that's the energy that's on you because of, you know, whatever you witnessed as a kid. Maybe you had a parent that cheated all the time or something, you know. My heart is filled with love for children, which creates miracles and positive change for them and me. Again, this is about, I mean, he's got the father card here. We got children here. This is about healing those things. This is what's keeping you separated, because you can't come out of that conditioning. And you had a healthy self-esteem too. So you both of you have self-esteem issues. That's why one jumps through hoops doing too much, trying to prove they're worthy of love, because they're looking for what they didn't get as a kid. And then the other one is the more this one chases, the more this one runs, because they're afraid of love. They're afraid of letting down their guard and being hurt, because they also didn't get the nurturing that they should have had as a kid. You know, they don't feel good about themselves. Maybe they feel like they don't deserve love. I said self-esteem, self-love. This is a big problem for them both. And it stems from whatever crap they went through in their childhood. And that's why they have a hard time loving each other, because they don't love themselves. You know? Whenever I do, it's never good enough. Again, jumping through hoops, trying to prove yourself, chasing and chasing and chasing. Don't do that. Love yourself first. And let someone see your worth based on how you put that out there. True wisdom is maintaining a balance between pushing and holding back, balancing detailed perfection with allowing some imperfection. You know, just relax the energy. You know, balance. Have self-respect. Work on you. You know, this separation is not about sitting around obsessing about the other person. Do you. When you do you, when you build yourself up, when you work on you, you help feed that energy to them, and it motivates them. And so they play off of each other. But self-love, healing childhood stuff is got to be done here in order for this to come together. And that's what you want. That's what the universe wants, because you guys have work to do. You have work to do. And the universe's advice, speaking of which, finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Again, you probably have this divine mission to do. So they're wanting you to heal these things, get out of your stuff, heal this relationship, because you got work to do. You know, maybe people got money problems. You know, maybe money problems too is keeping this from coming together. Like I mentioned yesterday, maybe somebody needs to move, or who knows. But it's an issue. And they also say give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. And love. Love is the answer to all of my questions. Self-love. Love for your divine partner. Love for the lessons that you've learned, the growth that you've had, or that you're going through. Be grateful for it all, because it's all a gift, because it's only going to make you better, and it's only going to bring you onto your destined path. God is watching. God's rooting for you. The universe is rooting for you. I step out of the way and surrender any need for control in order to make room for God's healing love to flow through me in this situation. You had the prayer card yesterday. Think positive thoughts. Think of it all as a learning experience. If you want to be forgiven, make the effort. Communicate. You know, there needs to be some talks here. People need to put their hearts out on the table. Put all the cards, no pun intended, on the table. Like, lay it out there. No more hiding. No more, because you're preventing yourself from happiness. And why would you want to do that? Because there's joy that awaits you. By enjoying this moment, I am giving thanks to God and for my life. Again, be thankful for the lessons, because if they've made you grow into a better person, then it's all good. Love your divine partner, even though the experience may have been painful. If you grew from it, they did their job. You know, try to look at it all from a different perspective. I know it's easier said than done, because pain is very 3D. It's very real. So But it's part of the forgiving and learning. It's part of the forgiving and learning. Now, the advice for the masculine was solar plexus chakra. It is safe for you to be powerful and take charge of your life in positive ways. Again, be strong, believe in yourself. I'm going to do something for you to help with this, healing this solar plexus chakra. I'll do that after the reading. And for the feminine, we got indigo. The person you're inquiring about is an indigo, meaning a highly sensitive, natural-born leader. Again, masculine, both of you are leaders. You see, you're here for a reason. This isn't just about a relationship and love. It's like you're here to give a gift through what you've been through in your life. It's all, it wasn't for nothing. And it's for you to recognize those things within you that need to be healed and share that wisdom, share that knowledge with other people to help them heal. Let your mess be your message. That's what inspired me to do what I'm doing. Because we're all here to learn from each other. And twin flames who incarnate here, they say that for twin flames, you're only with your twin flame if this is supposed to be your last incarnation. You can have soulmates, you can have karmic soulmates if you're a younger soul and you're working through lifetimes, different lifetimes, and you meet all these people. But actual twin flames, they can be human, but they're usually old souls that have incarnated many times, and this is like their last go around before they ascend. Or they're angels, those that have already been ascended and descend in order to have the human experience and also to bring love and light into the world. Or they can be elementals or of the fairy realm. Again, those are higher dimensional beings who come in for the human experience to do the same. Like they're light workers. That's why you're here. If you're a younger soul, like I said, you have soulmates. You can have karmic soulmates, but twin flames are usually here for a reason, and they're either a higher dimensional being who descended or a really old soul, and this is their last time around, and they can ascend to become higher dimensional beings. So you're here for a reason. You gotta do this, especially as we're all different ages. And we're all waking up at different points in our lives, but they're really emphasizing that it's time to heal this stuff. It's time to think more from a spiritual perspective. You came here for a reason. And whether you're together or not, you still need to heal yourself. You still need to figure out what it is that you came here to do, what gift you came here to share to help other people on their journeys. So I say you can't be sitting around looking out the window waiting for this to come together. You still need to work on you in the meantime, and when you do that, you help the other one, but they feed off of the energy. And the universe's advice for both of you is ascended masters. Powerful, loving, and wise spiritual teachers are watching over and guiding you. They're guiding you with these messages. They're guiding you through your intuition, your dreams. What is your soul song? And whatever you're feeling in regards to this, don't think about the fear, don't think about the past, or whatever. What does your soul tell you? What does your soul feel? Because if it's a real connection, it's only going to feel love for that other person at the end of the day. When you take away the hurt, when you take away that you did this and you did that, it comes down to that. Your love for that person. And you're wanting them, whether you're together or not, to heal. And to have everything that they should have in this life. This life is school. And we've all come here to learn our own lessons. And if you don't learn, you get held back and you got to repeat. That's how it works. And you have an opportunity to come together and to help each other teach and learn so that you can do your job that you came here to do. You can step into your truth and into your power, and no more staying in this negative place based in childhood wounding. You know, they want you to have joy and love and spirituality, to give your relationship a chance and to do your career. You're being watched over. You know, heal yourself, your inner self, to build up your self-esteem so you can have the confidence to pursue your dreams, to pursue this relationship, to pursue your best you that you can be. And I looked up, let me do what the Divine Masculine would like her to know. We have 22. Oh, these cards are so beautiful. I always get excited when I get a new deck. It's just because I think of it's new ways for me to talk to my guides, because I tell you, through my dark night of the soul, which happened when I separated from my twin, you know, and I went through a lot of other stuff. Last year was tough for a lot of people. But I kind of went into hermit mode, and I've been pretty much alone a lot. And my best friend has been my spirit guide, has been these cards, talking to them, listening to their guidance, even when they're telling me stuff I don't want to hear. I know that it's for my highest good. I know they're trying to help me on my journey. And that's why I started this channel, because I wanted to be able to help you on yours, because we should all be helping each other. That's why I love hearing people's comments. I love seeing that my messages resonate, because I know then that by my following their guidance to do this, then it was true. You know, it helps me to feel, although you should have faith anyway. But for me, it's like, well, they're saying, you know, if you just listen to us, we'll show you that what we're saying is true. You'll feel it, you'll know it, because you'll start receiving things, and things will become a lot easier, you know. When you're going after things and when you're working against it, that's when things are hard and you struggle. But when you listen to the guidance and you come from an authentic place, you'll notice things start to flow to you. I've noticed. But that's a video for another time. Let's see, 22, plenty. The word plenty has two meanings. It means having enough abundance that you can share it freely with happy generosity. And plenty means sufficient. You have all you need and no desire for more. When you feel a lack of plenty, consider both definitions. There is a level of neediness where no matter how abundant your life is, it never feels like enough. Do you really need more? Or do you already have plenty? So, this is, for me, maybe during the relationship, I said if there was codependent issues, the female could have been a little needy, a little clingy, a little doormatty, and that was kind of a turnoff, you know, because she had her own wounding. This was her reaction, her defense mechanism to her childhood stuff. And like it says, the more one chases, the more one runs. So maybe he wants her to feel good. I like how you had the Queen of Pentacles here the other day. Feel good on your own. Be strong in your own. And that way when you come together, it's like not coming from a needy place. You know, a desperate, clingy place. You know that you're all good, and it's you complement each other. You're not codependent on each other, feeding each other's dysfunction. Elevate each other higher. That's what it's about. And then what she wanted, oh, these are so beautiful. What she wanted him to know, 15. The call. Each person has a special calling, something they were born to do or be. Not everyone heeds that call, of course. You may have been avoiding yours for years. You may have created a comfortable life that doesn't make a lot of demands on you. or you may be reluctant to try out your talents for fear of failing. A true calling can't be denied, and yours is getting louder and louder. It might have something to do with your career, but it could just as easily have to do with what matters of the heart, or arts, or any of a million other ways you express who you are. A seed of creativity is about to burst into bloom. Again, self-esteem, standing in your power, focusing on your divine path, your career, artistic. What is it that you came here to do? What is it that you came here to share? Believe in yourself. Let go of all of this negative stuff from the past, things that your father might have told you, you're worthless, you ain't going to amount to much. Whatever is holding you back from becoming the best version of you that you can be. You know, it's the universe, your divine feminine. They want you to heed the call, to step into your truth, into your power, and stop living in the comfort zone, because it's easier to sit back and blame the world and blame everybody else for the state of our lives, instead of doing the reflective work to see that a lot of it has to do with our own poor choices, or our own not believing in ourselves, or applying ourselves, or believing negative self-talk. Now it's time to let all of that go and just think how much lighter you'll feel in the end. Now, I told you for the solar plexus chakra, an imbalance can cause physical and mental symptoms, including chronic illness or psychological disturbances like anxiety, depression. You know, again, that not feeling good enough, like why bother? I'm going to fail anyway, you know, fear of change. It's associated with self-esteem, confidence, and willpower. When balanced, it allows you to have control over your thoughts and emotional responses, to set healthy boundaries, and to be at peace with yourself. So I'm going to put the rose quartz here, because that'll help with any fears, and that'll also help to heal your heart, to calm your heart. And then I'll put the labradorite to help with any anxiety, and it also helps with, you know, your intuition. And then I'm going to put lapis lazuli to help with any depression that you might have, or low morale, you know, the fear of not being good enough or not having enough, to follow your dreams, to do the healing work, and to put your heart out there for her, you know. So we're going to put those there on your solar plexus chakra, and I'm going to do a little energy healing for about, you know, a minute or so. So you just sit there and close your eyes and relax, and let us focus on trying to give your solar plexus chakra a little light and a little healing. send you my love. I send you my light. And I wish for you all the best. I wish for you all the healing. And I hope that you both make the effort, because there's a beautiful love that awaits you. There's a beautiful life that awaits you, a beautiful career that awaits you. So do the work. And until next time, take care.